Hey guys, welcome. My name is Leann, Small Town Stitches. Welcome back if you are returning. And if you are new, hi. I am primarily a full coverage cross stitcher. So if that is something that you are interested in, stick around. I hope everyone had a fantastic February. It was weird going back to the monthly, but we'll talk about that here in a little bit. I have quite a lot to share with you, so grab some stitching, something to drink. I don't know if you listen while you're working. Let's buckle up. I do have a drink on standby if I need it. I came down with what I knew on Monday. I woke up with a little bit of a sore throat and I was like, And then I checked my throat out later on in the day and I was like, okay, so I called my doctor. My doctor wouldn't call me in an antibiotic, even though I knew what I had. So I got an appointment for urgent care first thing on Tuesday. And it was actually the same nurse practitioner that saw me before, and he's fantastic, absolutely fantastic. He took one look in my throat and he's like, oh, not only do you have strep throat, but you have strep throat bad. And I was like, yeah, this is year 3 now in a row. I have had strep throat at least once a year. I never used to get it as a kid. So I wanted to do this at the end of February, but now I can actually swallow without pain. I can talk. The infection's pretty much, the antibiotics doing its thing. So we're here. So I have a drink if need be. So, all right. So we have quite a bit to talk about, some changes, some news starts. So I'm just going to kind of dive in. So first up, this is my focus piece for the year. This is Halloween Night. It is by Tilton Crafts. It is available still, I believe. Like I've said before, I'm cropping mine, so I'll insert the cropped image as well for you to look at. I'm taking off a little under a half. But this is where I showed you in our last video. And I'll keep it folded for a minute just so you can see. But here we are right now. So I have finished the page here. We started on this one, but I have reached the top of that like haunted house. And this is the end of where I'm cropping it. So I'll bring it back, but here is where I have so far. So I just gotta finish this up. So much fun. I'm liking these really light, bright, vibrant blues over here for right now. This, I'm not gonna lie, was extremely confetti heavy. Yes. At least I'm only doing it 100 stitches a day. But that's where we're sitting right now. It's quite detailed. I will give it that. I need to put it back on the hoop because it has to get worked on again tomorrow. Okay, and then since I didn't see you guys at all for February, we have 2 focus pieces to talk about. So another thing I'm doing the daily 100 on that, but I'm giving, I have a 2-week focus where I try to do 150 on a project for 2 weeks, and then it kind of rotates. We'll talk different plans here in a little bit, but the first one up was Welcome to Rivendell. This is a country magic stitch chart. I believe I have a picture of where it was. And here we are now. So it goes all the way to here. I actually got 2,103 stitches in on Rivendell, and it's now at 26.17%. I believe I forgot to say, but I got 2,714 done on Halloween night in the month of February. So yep, Halloween night I stitched 2 over 1 full cross on a 20 count. This one is 1 over 1 full cross with CXC. Halloween night is with DMC. So yeah, I'm really happy where I got. I'm gonna run out of space to put. Okay, so this was my last 2-week focus. This one I just actually finished its rotation stitches not too long ago. This is Sunset at Hogsmeade. The artwork is by Crescent's Creative, I believe. It's on Etsy. This is where we were at the beginning of our rotation. And after, how much did it get? 1,950. This one I had to double check my picture a couple times because I was pretty positive I had the wrong picture, but I didn't because I haven't worked on it since my whip parade. So here's we are now. It got quite a bit. It's now sitting at 1.61%. So I've reached over 1% on it. You can see the shingles coming through. Yes, I do have a couple up here that haven't been filled in. And the chimney. I started when I had it like about here, I was like, should I scrap this? Because I didn't really like the way it's working, but it is really turning out really well right now. So I'm gonna keep going. Love it. So those two have finished their 2-week rotation. Now we'll get into just my normal spin. So I have all my projects loaded on a wheel. I spin, I give them 1,000 stitches. I keep spinning that wheel until all the slots are like grayed out, blacked out, and then I reset it and I just keep going. That is what I really like to do. So the first I spun for this month is Turquoise by Carolyn Manning. It's still in a hoop. I should probably take this off. Let me take this off really quick. Yes. This is where it was. This was a temperature piece as well. So not only did it get, what the heck? Not only did it get the 1,000 stitches, but it also got 101 stitch for temperature for the month of February. I'm sorry, I'm fighting with needle minders right now. I didn't realize it was still on a hoop. Okay, here we are now. I am quite proud of my progress that I got on this one. All I have left to do is down here, and then we will have finished the whole first row of pages on this piece. So yeah, I'm really enjoying this. So then we have another row just like this, and then a small row at the bottom, and then it'll be done. I saw someone on Instagram turn these into pillows, like throw pillows, and I think that is fantastic, and now that's what I want to do. Do I know how to do it? No, but I got time. So there's where we are. This one is 18 count, 2/1 with DMC. Next up was Minnie the Nativity. This is a Heaven and Earth Designs. Artwork is by Donna Gelsinger. Heaven and Earth Designs is currently having a 50% off sale. I'm guessing due to unexpected expenses due to the loss of their daughter, if you didn't hear. So if you are interested in anything Heaven and Earth charting wise, you may consider at this time going and grabbing those charts and supporting them. But this is where Minnie Nativity was at. And here we are. We got 1,000 stitches. It's now at 7.16%. And you can start to see the start of the wise men's hat. I love it so much. Still haven't hit a page, but I still love it. This one's on a 22 count. And I totally forgot to say, but turquoise is 42.92%. You don't film for a month and you're all out of sorts. Okay, next up is Hobbit Hole. You can find this on Etsy. This is an 18 count on Murky Water from Dying for Cross Stitch. This is where I was. Here we are now. This is hard to hold. So I have officially finished this little page over here and started over on the top of the Hobbit house. It is sitting at 24.75%. Sometimes this pattern is actually harder for me to read than a full coverage because the symbols are just all over the place. Because it doesn't look like a lot, but there's so many different colors, and then they're all over the place, and then there's so much that's open, so you don't want to like miscount because then the weeds won't look right. But that's where we're at. I'm super happy. So all my 1,000 ones are off the wheel for a while until everything gets hit. All right, so I had 2 new starts this month. Oh, wait a minute. I had a finish this month. First one for this month. I can't show it on here. I don't think I've taken a picture of it yet for Instagram either, so I should probably do that. I finished my dad's piece. It needed 951 stitches, and it is completed. I need to worry about getting that framed before June so I can give it to him. But it's done. It is done, and it is sitting up here on top of those. So, Dad, it's done. You don't get it yet, but it's done. Okay. So my first start, it's in my You Are My Sunshine bag that I made. It is the February flower from Sunflower Stitches. It is an iris. Now I am doing something that I've decided to do. I'm going to do February's, March's, and June's flowers. And I'm kind of going to do like a generation thing. So February is for my daughter, March is for me, and June is my mother. So I started this piece. I don't have it over there. I started it sometime this month. I have the date written down, but my tablet is over there on my desk. So, so here is where I got to. Just the top at the border and the first little bit of the stained glass coming through, and it sits at 0.62%. You guys, I didn't want to put this away. I had so much fun with this. But that's the start of this one. So, but spoiler alert, I get to start another one this month because I'm starting the March flower. So, and then on the 22nd of February, I started Pokémon. This is Gen 1 Pokémon. And I got 1,000 stitches in, and it's 0.71%. My daughter loves Pokémon. And February 22nd, she turned 10. And this mama's having a hard time. But I just keep thinking, like, I miss my baby girl. But it's such an honor and a privilege to watch the person that she's growing into. And I couldn't be more proud of her. So this is where I got to on her little Pokemon. So I don't know a lot about Pokemon, just so you know. I had to totally look this up and ask my daughter. So this is Mew. There is a space because this is, I don't remember this guy's name. I don't remember. So this is like a dragon thing. I'll put his name here if I can remember. This is like a dragon thing, and he has a wing, and the wing comes over here. So I'm trying to do them character by character. That's a little bit harder than it would assume sometimes looking at the pattern, but I'm trying. So here's where we are. She's beyond excited. So I may have to try like once a month to bust it out and get like a character in or something, just to kind of move it along. My husband, I'm doing pieces for him. He knows I'm doing pieces for him, but he's not like, I want it right now. You know, like he's just like, oh, cool. I'm just going to watch it develop. And if I ever get it, cool. Like the Building Dreams one, because it's massive. My daughter, on the other hand, once you start something for her, she's like, when's it going to be ready for my wall? So, okay. Those are all my projects that I have to work on. I spun my new rotation, but I'm not going to show you guys until the next video because I'm in the middle of it. So let's talk temperature stitching. Let me go ahead and grab those, put these ones away, and we'll talk temperatures. Okay, I'm going to have to do this in rotation because I just simply do not have enough space around me. Okay, let's talk temp. I love doing temperature stitching. I think I've made a lot of progress on it. For those who don't know, I did have a question. So temperature stitching was the brainchild, I believe, of CXC Stitches, and then Jen, the Caffeinated Crafter, took it, put her own spin on it. I had originally heard about it from Jen. That's not to slight credit to anybody. My goal is to never make anyone feel like they are forgotten or that I'm not trying to give credit where credit is due. I am human, I make mistakes, and I am a forgetful human as well. I try, but my memory is not the greatest. So, but I really enjoyed doing that. That being said, for right now, I am putting a pause on temperature stitching. Maybe I will pick it back up later, but as of right now, I'm going to stop. I just feel like I'm not getting through my rotation, my 1,000 rotation, fast enough. And I just want to kind of just make progress like that on all of my things. So for right now, I'm going to continue my 2-week focus piece, my Halloween night, and just my regular rotation. So that being said, because I don't have certain pieces left out for temperature, I am going to put all my pieces in a 2-week rotation. So anything can be picked for a 2-week rotation instead of just the certain ones that were not temperature. I was going to revamp it and change my temperature every, quarterly, so every 3 months. So I had my list all out for that. And then I was just like, I want to get progress like this right now. So that's what I'm going to do. So I will show you the temperature stitching that I had done in February up until the 22nd, till last Saturday. And that's kind of when I made the decision. So first up, this is God Shed His Grace. It is the Artisy version by Abraham Hunter. He is one of my absolute favorites. I got 100 stitches on this. So here is where we were. I need to take all these off hoops now. I was leaving them on hoops so I could just grab them and do them whenever they came up. And here's where we are. So this is a 22 count 1/1 with CXC. The coverage is phenomenal, especially it being dark colors. So I will probably do quite a bit more darker pieces, especially on 22 count. So this is where we're at in the clouds. Like I said, it only got 100. Oh, temperature stitching. I derailed, I'm sorry. So I live in the US, so we use Fahrenheit. So for example, I assigned pieces 0 through 9. And then say, for example, it's not, but say it's 41 degrees. I wish it was 41 degrees outside. I would take whatever piece was assigned to the number 1, which, and then that would get 100 stitches. So if I had spun, say, God Shed His Grace was assigned to 1 and it was 41 degrees outside, I would do 100 that day on God Shed His Grace. Does that make an example? Tomorrow, if it was 42, I would take the 2, whatever project was assigned to that, and do 100 on that one. So, but just so you know, for right now, there will be no more temperature stitching for right now. I love it. I think it's great. I loved seeing how much progress I got. I just want to burn through my rotation faster, if that makes any sense. Next up, this is Cigar Box. It is also a Tilton Crafts. It got 205 stitches, so here's where we were. And here we are now. Just working on that diagonal. I'm gonna have to grab the rest of them that are still up here. Stocking. This is filling this stocking. This is a Heaven and Earth Designs, artwork by Donna Gelsinger. Hopefully you're seeing the before. And here we are now. 200 stitches in for the month of February. This one I've learned is better in smaller chunks because this garland, see how amazing it looks right here? Like, it's just beautiful, but it's really, 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 really confetti heavy. So, learned that one. Learned that about myself. This is one of Rainy Day Reed's favorites. This is Mini Yield Kitchen. It is a Heaven and Earth Designs artwork by Ciro Marchetti. And my kitchen actually got 300 stitches in. So hopefully you're seeing where it was. And here we are. This one's been fun to see the progress on, actually. Kind of bittersweet. I really liked the temperature thing, so I'm kind of sad that I won't be touching them as much, but at the same time, I can't wait to get through my rotation. So let me grab the last couple. All right, first up, this is Sea Villains. It's by Jerry LaFaro. It is also a Heaven and Earth Designs. I got 500 stitches in on this one this month. So this is where we were. I'm still not done with a page on this piece. Here's where we are. So just working all the way up. And these sea green and teal colors. So like I said, it's kind of bittersweet because I really enjoyed these, but I'm really excited to get back to just trying to get through my other pieces. Next up is A Beautiful Place. This is A Stitch is So Beautiful, and its artwork is by Eder Jose Rosa. I got 200 done on this, actually. So here's where we were. And here's where we are. This is one page for Stitch is So Beautiful. I'm really enjoying this piece a lot. Okay, next up, it is Building Dreams. So this is a Heaven and Earth Designs. I had a lot of them. Artwork is by Kevin Daniel. I got 300 stitches on Building Dreams this month, so here's where we were. And here we are now. So Lacey, who is a Sleepy Stitcher, her dad had a heart transplant actually in February. It's not a secret. She's been very open about it, shared it on hers as well. And she started this for her dad. And on the day of his, I think it was supposed to be his original surgery. Gosh, Lacey, was it his original surgery or is this rescheduled one? I don't remember, but I said I was going to put 100 stitches in. So that's where part of this went. I put 100 stitches in on that day and prayed for her dad while he was supposed to be going through surgery, because I think he ended up going through it later at night. But here's where we are now. Okay, last one, which would mean this is Mini Sunflower Cottage, Heaven and Earth Designs, artwork by Donna Gelsinger. I got 100 stitches in on this. Woo! So here's where we were, and here's where we are. Don't mind my... So I'm just working on this page, filling things in. So much fun. One piece got called but has not been worked on, and that would be Mini Sea Opal. Y'all, Mini Sea Opal, I don't even know what to do with this thing. I don't like the 16 count. I don't like the way it looks pixelated, and I got 158 stitches in on it, and it is in timeout. I did find, I'll show you, I still have the 18 count. And because of backing up, after Stacy Stitches asked if I had it, I found it, and I was able to get it on Pattern Keeper again. So I have the 18 count that I had originally started, and I may just go back to this. But it's in timeout right now, and I'm trying to figure out what I want to do. I was going to do it on a 20 count with one strand with DMC, It wasn't enough coverage. I didn't like it, but I have all the DMC for it, so I don't want to just scrap it and use all my CXC because I literally have all of the DMC for the project. So then I started on the 16 count, and I just do not like the way it looks. So it looks really pixelated up in this corner. So I do have my 18 count originally that I had originally started. I may go back to it, or I may just say it's beautiful, but I'm done and I'll move on to a different project. So that's what I'm trying to figure out right now. Do I want to go back to this and redo it even though it's gorgeous, or do I want to just move on to a different project and just call it good? Because, you know, I have a lot to pick from. So we're thinking about that and trying to make some decisions. So yes. Okay. It was so easy for me to get all of my numbers this month. So I am also using, a lot of people are, the Rainbow Sheets Studio Digital Planner. I use the Google Sheets version. I originally saw this when Ebony posted her video originally, and then since then Jen has also put a video out. So I will try to link both of them below. Y'all, this planner is amazing. You put your stuff in so you can list your project, the designer, the count of fabric. You can list the amount of stitches that you had completed before the year, the total number of stitches, and it keeps track of your percentage for you. And like, so say I did 1,000 on God's Grace and last month, and I did 3,000 this month. It keeps running totals, so it shows me January, February, and it also tells me that I've done, whoa, this is gonna fall, 4,000 for the month, or for the year so far. So it keeps it running yearly total. So I love it. Okay, what else? Haul. What have I done haul-wise? Actually, first, before we jump on haul, I received an amazing bag from Dawn Marie, who is DM Crafty Vortex. Dawn and myself and Lacey are going to be doing a patriotic stitch. We are going to start, I think, on Memorial Day from Shannon Christine. So Dawn Marie, I think I could probably put every patriotic piece that I'm stitching in this bag, but she made me a bag and it is huge. This bag is enormous. It's beautiful, but it's enormous. And the inside fabric. So thank you. She had a little notions pouch. If you ever watch her, she makes a matching notions pouch. Bella snagged that immediately and said to tell Dawn thank you, and put some pens in it and put it in her backpack to take it back and forth to school. So now we have twin bags. This bag is huge. I think I could probably put all of my patriotic pieces in it, but I'm so excited. So I am a patriotic person. It has nothing to do with whoever the president is. My dad was a vet, so I am just a patriotic person, regardless of what political party is in the office. I don't do politics on this channel. That's just a decision that I have made, but I am a patriotic person. That's just me. So what have I bought? I bought my fabric for my 2 February starts. I bought fabric that came in earlier this month for my 2 March starts. I will be starting the March flower, which is the daffodil that by Sunflower Stitches, and that looks like this. I don't know when I'm going to be starting it. Sometime in March. And then on my birthday, I will be starting, I think it's called Colorful Abstract. It is by Artisy. It looks like this. It looks really weird in the mock-up, I'm not gonna lie. There's a lady on Instagram who is stitching this, and that's what made me want to stitch it. The colors are so vibrant. I was like, yep, I have to do this, and I have to do it now. So I will be starting that on my birthday. There's a couple people, I think, starting it with me. If you want to stitch something for my birthday, it doesn't have to be a new start. Just stitch on something colorful. That's what I'm telling people to do. Stitch on something colorful. Lacey's birthday is right before mine too, so we're kind of tag teaming it. Make it a colorful something stitching. So I have also decided for, where is it? Snape's Library, which is right here. I bought a piece of 25 count that I'm going to try to restart it on. A, because it will shrink it massively. B, because there's so many dark colors in it. I really don't want the white to show through as much on a 20 count. So I was able to find the fabric that I needed on Amazon, and it's coming from Luca S. Even with the shipping that I paid, it was cheaper than even buying it from Stitchery Express, which is weird. So that's supposed to be here sometime in March. I'm not really sweating it. It'll be here when it's here, and I'll just slowly work on it. So that's my only haul that I have, just fabric. Yeah. I've been doing quite a bit of audiobooks. I started and finished a series, and now I am impatiently waiting for book 4, and I need answers. So, but that won't be out for a couple years. So, yeah. What else have I been doing? Not much. Work, strep throat. Thankfully, no one else in my family has seemed to get it. Just the same old, same old. Bella had her birthday party last week. She is 10 now. She had a Percy Jackson themed birthday party. She loves the Percy Jackson books. So, yeah, she's watched the 2 movies that were out. She's watched season 1 of the TV show. She's very impatiently waiting for season 2 to come out. She has the graphic novels of the books and the chapter books, so she can go back and forth to those. So, what else? Husband's been just working his normal. I did post a picture on Instagram the other day. They got recognized for nothing other than divine intervention, for this call. I'll give you the scoop here. I wasn't going to type it all out on Instagram. So one of their captains was driving by the other day, by CVS. If you guys don't have a CVS, it's just like pharmacy, like Walgreens. Well, our Rite Aid went out of business, but just driving by, and he wasn't going there. I don't know what he was doing, but he just happened to look over and saw this guy slip on the ice and fall. And like, he was driving, he was like, he doesn't look like he's moving. So he went into the next parking lot, pulled a U-turn, and like came back into the parking lot to check this guy out. The guy, when he fell, hit his head and went into cardiac arrest. So their captain immediately called for the ambulance, started CPR on him. They transported him to the hospital. My husband heard the call and just responded from home. And they got the guy back. And he is alive and living. He's back at home now, without any deficits at all. He needs, a pacer put in, pacer defibrillator, is what they have told him. But he has to wear an LVAD until then, which is like the external device that you have to wear, that apparently doesn't really want to, until they get that. Why they didn't do it in the hospital, I'm not really sure. But so they checked the security tapes between that guy falling and their captain pulling in and laying hands on him to check him out was 60 seconds. He was down for 1 minute. That is it. From fall to the first person on scene touching him. And they said if you would have been anywhere, you would have been dead. It was just divine intervention, really. So they got recognized by that, which my husband, if you know anybody in the EMS community or whatever, they just don't like being recognized, but it was a big deal. You know, the guy was only late 40s, maybe early 50s. So super proud of my husband, super proud of my kid. I'm just here for it. So I got some seeds ordered this year. They're supposed to be coming. I'm excited. I am so ready for the winter to go away. Our grass is all melting, so yeah. Do I have anything else? I'm gonna turn this off and then I'll be like, should I said this? I don't know. So since I'm not doing temperature stitching anymore, give me your feedback. Would you rather have me come back every 2 weeks and do like smaller chunk videos, or would you prefer once a month and just blah all at once? The reason I was going to switch back to monthly was because it was getting hard to keep the temperature stitching done. It was easier to just be like, this is what I did in this month on this temperature piece, but I'm not doing that anymore. It's just going to be my regular rotation thing. So give me your feedback. I did hear back from the person who won my giveaway and my whip parade. I'm truly sorry, Beth. I have yet to ship that out to you. I sincerely apologize. It's just been crazy here. And I didn't think you wanted me touching everything right now. So, yeah. All right, guys. Give me your feedback on if you would like 2-week or 1-month videos for me. I'm going to go ahead and upload this. I hope you guys have a great start to March. If I come back in 2 weeks, if that's what people are wanting, I'll be right before my birthday. So, all right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and get off of here. Remember, your mental health is important, to take time for yourself each and every day in whatever form that is, and to be a light to the world around you. I'll see you guys later.